and welcome to part 57 of my report on the McCarrick Report by Patrick Parson. As we continue Chapter 19, information about McCarrick's past conduct received during his tenure as Archbishop of Washington, 2001 to 2006, we start Part B, McCarrick's public revelation of a prior anonymous accusation and journalists' investigations regarding the beach house, April to May 2002. Yes, McCarrick publicly acknowledges an allegation. It might be hoping for too much, though, to expect him to acknowledge actual guilt. The church was rocked in scandal in January 2002 when the Boston Globe published a series of articles not merely about the abuse of minors by priests, but also how American bishops handled such cases. Instead of dying down, public scrutiny continued in intensity. In April 2002, Susan Gibbs, the executive director for communications for the Archdiocese of Washington, was informed that reporters were asking questions about Cardinal McCarrick's conduct with adult seminarians at the beach house on the New Jersey shore. She met with McCarrick at the Archdiocesan Pastoral Center to find out what, if anything, had happened. McCarrick admitted sharing a bed with seminarians, but that it was something from the past. He claimed that he and the seminarians were always dressed in bed, and that seminarians always came to the beach house in groups, never alone. McCarrick also said he invited seminarians to sleep with him because he did not believe it would be appropriate to require them to share a bed with each other. As McCarrick said, "I'm the Archbishop, so nothing is going to happen." McCarrick discussed allegations against him on April 16, 2002, at a luncheon with staff from the Washington Post. He stated he was accused of pedophilia with his own family, and his reaction was to report the allegation to the nuncio. He said, quote, "I said this is what I got. I want you to know it because I think light is what kills these things. You gotta put them in light," and then nothing ever happened. He never wrote another letter or anything. Unquote. Then, on April 21st, 2002, McCarrick was interviewed by journalist Connie Chung about sex abuse in the church. He said he presented the allegation to his council and all the council priests, and that the story died because there was nothing in it. He suggested it could have come from someone who he had offended or felt he wasn't serving the church as well as they wanted. McCarrick also stated it was a terrible thing having to talk about allegations that he would abuse his own family. Remember now, the relatives to whom he is referring are the individuals who he calls his nephews and nieces, not his physical family. McCarrick also told Chung, "I said to the Washington Post on the record, and I say it again now, I think none of us would have problems. I have never had sexual relations with anybody, man, woman, or child, in the 71 years that I have been here on this earth. So, that's for the record." Chung asked. End of story? McCarrick answered, End of story. So have we really reached the end of the story? Reporters were aware of allegations made against McCarrick, but these stories were not getting published. Might this be proof in itself that there was nothing to the allegations? After all, what reason could there be for news media to not print explosive news? Perhaps we will look at that in a near future segment. Perhaps what we should also look into is the state of our relationship with God and where our eternal destination may be. Let us recite a prayer that our Holy Mother gave to us in Fatima over 100 years ago. O my Jesus, forgive us our sins, save us from the fires of hell, and lead all souls to heaven, especially those in most need of thy mercy.